Hello, welcome to Shad Life. Well, this morning I gotta read it over here. I had a lumbar epidural injection. So, what that is, and I'll explain it to you because I got a little graphic here to show you. Um, you can see that there's an L5 uh, vertebrae, and then there's discs in between, and the discs are like soft kind of material that allow your spine to flex and all that. If you don't know much about how a spine works, then it's going to be a little harder to understand this. But what happens, especially as you get older, and especially if you've been doing a lot of the stuff I've been doing throughout my life, um, you get what's called a bulge. And so that's shown here in this graphic. It's that little red part. And then when it bulges, it can pinch a nerve. And that's what's kind of cool about this particular graphic is it kind of shows you the nerve going through there. And then on this kind of, you know, backside of a woman, and it's actually my left leg, right? You can see that it goes down the left leg, which is why I liked this graphic when I found it, because it's exactly what's going on with me. And they show the pain being down in the calf. And that's what was going on with me. Started happening like halfway through my trip in Austin when I did this walking tour, food tour thing while I was there. So it was really painful, and I was taking ibuprofen just to get through the rest of the trip. You know, went to my favorite orthopedic place here in the Minneapolis area called Tria. They're the ones that did my knee replacement and so on. So they have me doing PT. I've talked a little bit about this on my channel. They had me doing PT. Then they scheduled it's just funny because I notice I still have the thing on my wrist. I wonder if there's anything on there I shouldn't have been showing. Well, probably not. Anyway, you might notice I'm a little goofy. And they said that, they said I couldn't drive for 24 hours. So that's probably a good reason for that. Because even though it was local, it's a pretty strong, steroidal thing that, obviously gets into the bloodstream and can affect you. And they said it would slow me down a little bit and so on. So, yeah, had that done. Been doing PT. It'll take 7 to 10 days before it really takes effect. The good news is I can ride my bike. What's really kind of debilitating a little bit is my everyday kind of activity around the house, right? So just lifting things, even doing laundry and stuff like that is pretty painful. So over like 7 to 10 days, that should improve drastically, along with the PT I'm doing and so on. So looking forward to it getting better now. I finally got the injection. Now it'll just take some time to get better, and just kind of stoked on it. Finally getting here to this point where I'm like gonna do something about this. So my future plans are I'm gonna keep doing what I do on my bikes. It's my passion. It's what I love to do, and so on. I'm gonna put more focus on doing PT, and the thing is I procrastinate. I don't really have a good workout routine. I do some workouts here and there, but for me to be consistent at it, I really struggle. So either I need to get in some kind of program or something where I'm doing it regularly and definitely strengthening my core and stuff. I have been losing some weight, and that's also part of my plan, because the heavier I am every time I jump or do something, or even walking and standing around, that's an extra 20-25 pounds putting all this pressure on my back. So because that weight is above my waist. I don't get the weight added in my legs. I get it above my waist. So all that added weight is on getting put on my lower back. So a very good excuse to do what you can to lose weight if you are overweight, even if it's just a few pounds. But if you're, you know, 40, 50, 60 pounds overweight, that just puts that much more strain on your structure, your bones and things. So especially if you're riding a bike and jumping and doing stuff like that. So those are my future plans, and I definitely have to change the way I do things around the house. I talk about like lifting bikes, and if you see my basement, you'll see I have bikes down below and bikes hanging. And what I do is I reach awkwardly forward to hang the bikes rather than move the bike on the bottom to get directly underneath. Because if I'm directly underneath and I can use my knees, I can safely get the bike up there without doing much to my back. But if I'm leaning forward over something because I don't want to move this thing because I'm impatient, and I feel it in my lower back. I literally feel it. You all know about the stool because I talked about the stool, about that sitting down while I'm doing a lot of this meticulous work and not standing, hovering over. There's a lot of things I'm going to change in my routine on just how I do day-to-day things, having a little bit better posture, things like that. I'm going to look into, like when I'm riding BMX or something like that, there's this Old Bones, is it Old Bones Society? Something like that. Old Bones Therapy, not Old Bones Society. What the? We are part of the Old Bones Society. Maybe I should start a club, the Old Bones Society. There's an idea. Old Bones Therapy, I think, is the name of it. But they do. They kind of initially were like more for skateboarding, but they seem to have branched out. But they do have a back brace thing. They've got shoulder braces. They've got ankle braces, and insoles for your shoes. So if you wear like flat Vans and you put those in, it'll give you a little extra cushion, and so on. So I'll just be doing some of that stuff, changing things up, and many of you know that I'm sober, so it's a little weird for me to be in this weird state right now. I'm not used to it. It's just not something I ever do or plan to do or want to do. But sometimes you got to do what's necessary medically so you can get healthy. So there you have it. I really do appreciate your support for my channel. Please like and subscribe. Peace.